What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? You're watching episode number 34 of Comic Book Jeopardy on the Comic Book Guy channel. I am Guy Wozniak, and I'll be your host today, taking you through 31 new questions and answers related to comic books and more. Now, before we dive in, a real quick shout out and a thank you to our channel members for helping support the channel. They're submitting the viewer supplied blind bag questions and for, helping us out by voting on the weekly wild card category. Thanks very much, everybody. We appreciate it. Now, let's quickly review the categories for this week's episode and then dive into the game board. Category number 1 this week is Spider-Verse, and these are a series of questions all about spider-themed characters in the Marvel Universe. Category number 2 will be Archenemies, and this one is all about supervillain baddies in comics. Category number 3 this week is our blind bag category, and as I said, these are questions submitted by channel members, so thanks for sending these in, guys. We really appreciate it. Category number 4 is Crime and Punishment, and in this one we have a series of questions about comic villains and the crimes that they have committed. Category number 5 this week is High-Tech Heroes, and yeah, you guessed it, these are all about comic book heroes who use technology to get the job done. And finally, our wild card category for the week is Arcade Golden Age. The wild card round is our non-comics related pop culture category that is voted on by channel members, and this week, Arcade Golden Age beat out the likes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and G.I. Joe. Now let's dive into the questions and get the game rolling. And remember, keep score if you'd like, but as I always suggest, don't subtract points for wrong answers if you don't want to. Spider-Verse for 200. He is the original Earth 616 friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Who is Peter Parker? Archenemies for 200. This chaotic, homicidal mastermind is the opposite to Batman's orderly, disciplined nature. Who is the Joker? Blind bag for 200. In 1983, Hasbro needed a backstory, character names, and distinct personalities to sell these toys in America, so they went to Marvel Comics for help. What are the Transformers? And that was submitted by Jimmy Walker. Thanks for your help and for sending that in. Crime and Punishment for 200. This ruthless, larger-than-life crime boss has run his criminal network as a prison inmate and as a New York City mayor. Who is Kingpin, or Wilson Fisk? High-Tech Heroes for 200. Howard Hughes, the real-life eccentric inventor and industrialist, is thought to be the basis for this Marvel character. Who is Iron Man, or Tony Stark? And who saw that Howard Hughes movie, The Aviator, I believe it was called, with Leonardo DiCaprio? That was a pretty good flick. Arcade Golden Age for 200. This dot gobbler is the undisputed highest grossing arcade game of all time. What is Pac-Man? Yeah, it's estimated to have had a gross revenue of $6 billion off of that one arcade game. Pretty insane. Well, that's gonna go ahead and wrap up our 200-point cupcake round. Get ready to dive into the 400 pointers because it's gonna get a little bit more difficult. Spider-Verse for 400. He became Spider-Man following the death of Peter Parker in the Ultimate Spider-Man series. Who is Miles Morales? Archenemies for 400. This billionaire, narcissistic industrialist views Superman as a threat to human achievement and a personal affront to his own ego. Who is Lex Luthor? Blind bag for 400. Though at first he was gray, not blue, this original X-Men member gained his signature fur in Amazing Adventures number 11. Who is Beast? And that was sent in by Jeff Scholes. Thank you very much. Crime and Punishment for 400. He operates the Iceberg Lounge as a front for drug dealing, racketeering, and robbery, and uses deadly umbrellas as his weapon of choice. Who is Penguin? Yeah, good old Oswald Cobblepot, but you know, something I just learned, his middle name is Chesterfield, apparently. I didn't know that. High-tech heroes for 400. As the world's greatest detective and prolific gadgeteer, his utility belt always contains the perfect tool for every situation. Who is Batman, or Bruce Wayne? Arcade Golden Age for 400. This Capcom arcade game from 1991 features the likes of Ken, Ryu, and M. Bison. What is Street Fighter 2? And that'll do it for the 400-point round. We're gonna dive into those 600 pointers right now. Spider-Verse for 600. This spider-themed character is an anthropomorphic pig named Peter Porker. Who is, you guessed it, the spectacular Spider-Ham. Archenemies for 600. This archenemy of the Fantastic Four has a personal vendetta with Reed Richards, who he blames for the accident that scarred his face. Who is Dr. Doom, or Victor Von Doom? And yeah, the age-old question is, how scarred is his face really? Some think maybe it's just a little scratch, but his vanity prevents him from taking off the mask to even show that. Blind Bag for 600. This milestone issue of Amazing Spider-Man is going to be celebrated this coming fall, September 2026. What is issue number 1000? Yeah, hard to believe. Amazing Spider-Man is almost to issue 1000. That's crazy. This one was, of course, submitted by Hayden Claire Heroes. Thanks for sending that one in. Crime and Punishment for 600. A frequent enemy of Spider-Man, this albino crime boss with sharpened teeth and superhuman strength is often incarcerated, but escapes. Who is Tombstone? High-tech heroes for 600. One of Marvel's most technologically advanced heroes, his suit is made from a vibranium weave and features retractable claws and nanotechnology. Who is Black Panther, or T'Challa? Arcade Golden Age for 600. This maze game from 1982 had players digging underground tunnels and defeating enemies by inflating them. What is Dig Dug? Yeah, Dig Dug, that game was so much fun. Who remembers that one? When my parents were sitting in the bar having a drink, I'd be off in the corner playing Dig Dug more often than not. Good times. Now, that is the end of the 600-point round, and we're going to test your knowledge on the 800-point questions. So, buckle up. Spider-Verse for 800. Jessica Drew first appeared as this spider hero in Marvel Spotlight number 32 in 1971. Who is Spider-Woman? And yeah, I think this is my favorite, spider friend, outside of Peter Parker, of course. Archenemies for 800. As a Nazi officer turned Hydra leader, Red Skull has been this hero's enemy since 1941. Who is Captain America, or Steve Rogers? Blind Bag for 800. This former US president is known to be a Conan comics collector. Who is Barack Obama? And that was sent in by Bathound Comics. Thanks for sending that one in. We appreciate it. Crime and Punishment for 800. This master of disguise impersonated Spider-Man to frame him for theft, which began the hero's rocky relationship with the media and the public. Who is the Chameleon? High-tech heroes for 800. Michael Holt, also known by this name, possesses no inherent superpowers, but he is a super genius and inventor holding over a dozen PhDs. Who is Mr. Terrific? And yeah, if you're like me, your first exposure to Mr. Terrific might have been in that most recent Superman movie, and yeah, he was a pretty cool character. Arcade Golden Age for 800. This action video game from 1982 won Coin-Operated Game of the Year, and it was based on a Disney film of the same name. What is Tron? And now it is time for the most difficult round of the game, the 1,000-point questions. Good luck. Spider-Verse for 1,000. And there we have it. It is our daily double of the week. So you know how this works. You can wager as many points as you have previously earned on this question from the category of Spider-Verse. Julia Carpenter was originally a Spider-Woman, and eventually this psychic, spider-themed prophet. Who is Madam Web? Arch enemies for 1,000. This underwater mercenary and high-tech pirate is dedicated to ruining Aquaman's life. Who is Black Manta? Blind bag for 1,000. James Falsworth was this superhero during World War II. Who is Union Jack? And that was submitted by Savage the Dragon Com. Thanks for that one. Crime and Punishment for 1,000. As the matriarch for her crime family, she hired vigilantes to try and eliminate Punisher out of vengeance after he killed her sons. Who is Ma Nucci? I don't know if you've read the Punisher story arc, Welcome Back, Frank. Pick up a trade paperback or the original issues if you'd like. That was a really good story. High-Tech Heroes for 1,000. Cyborg is a man-machine hybrid with a host of powers derived from this alien technology. What is Mother Box? Arcade Golden Age for 1,000. In the interactive film-like game Dragon's Lair, protagonist Dirk the Daring set out to rescue this princess from the evil dragon Singe. Who is Princess Daphne? Alright guys, and that will wrap up the 1,000-point round, and it will bring us on to Final Jeopardy, where your Final Jeopardy category will be Demon Schemin'. And yeah, you probably know how it works, but you can wager as many points as you have previously earned throughout the game on this Final Jeopardy question. So without any further ado, good luck. Here it is. He is a demon from hell who, despite his violent tendencies, often finds himself allied with the forces of good and who frequently speaks in rhymes. Who is Etrigan the Demon? And yeah, this is probably a somewhat lesser-known DC character, first appearing in the early 1970s in a comic called The Demon #1. He was created by Jack Kirby, and I think some of the character's best appearances, at least in my opinion, were in things like Alan Moore's Swamp Thing comic book series, and of course in Neil Gaiman's Sandman stories. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for today. Thanks for tuning in and watching. As always, we greatly appreciate it. Next week, Matt will be back to host the show. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to kick it back and forth. So I'll host a whole episode, then he will, so on and so forth. Instead of splitting it up, we'll make production a little bit easier, I think. Other news, yeah, we're rounding the corner towards our 40th episode, halfway to 40, well, halfway from 30 to 40, I guess. So we're looking forward to that milestone. Thanks for everyone that watches every week and for supporting us. Thanks to all of the members who both submit questions for the blind bag categories and to the members that vote on the weekly poll to help us pick the wildcard category. We really appreciate all of your guys' help on that. Now, don't forget, if you're new here, click that subscribe button, click the like button, do all the YouTube things for me. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I guess I'll wrap this one up by saying, as I always do, number one, keep collecting comics. Number two, keep watching our videos. And of course, until the next one, bye now.